everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with another episode of Sunday Snippets. I have a little bit to show you today. I haven't been doing a great deal. It's been busy again. I've been working full-time again this week. I don't normally work full-time, but for the last couple of weeks I have been a little bit short-staffed at work, and they've asked me to kind of cover, and I've been more than happy to do that. But it does mean that I've had a little bit less time to do colouring, so not as much to show you. But I was working on this page with you last week, a quick easy little page. It had a really long day at a rugby tournament all day, so I did finish this one. It's the Vietnam page from this Merveilleux Voyages. Never know if I'm saying that correctly, Colour by Numbers book. So I did do that one. Sorry, trying to reach down and grab this. I have started this page. This is a buddy colour with the lovely Katia from Bubble of Colouring. It's in A Fragile World by Kirby Rosannes, and we are doing this cute koala page. And if you saw my haul video, which came out yesterday, I have purchased some granulating watercolours, and I was playing around with them in this page, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun to have a play around with them for the background of this page. So that's what I've used. I am not 100% sure it was the best choice, but I think it gives an interesting effect. I don't know that I've mastered them completely, but yeah, it worked quite nicely. It was a relatively quick and easy background to do, which is always a bonus. I feel like once I start adding some colour to the leaves and everything else, it might kind of settle into it. I think it's okay. I think it's all right. Katia has sent me an update image of her page, and it looks amazing, as always with her stuff. She does such good stuff. So yeah, I feel like this could be okay. Like I say, once I add some colour to everything else. But yeah, it was fun to play around with those granulating watercolours and have a play with that. So I started that one. And mostly I've been working on these two pages in Moon Valley by Maria Trolle. And I was really intimidated by these pages. It was Dana from Double D. We're working through this book as a project book together. It was her choice this month, and I was a little bit unsure about these pages, but I said, yeah, let's do them because I need to do them at some point. I'm trying to do the whole book, so I said, yeah, let's dive in and do them. And I'm so happy because I actually really loved colouring these pages. I started with this one and I just did the waves, and I didn't have much time, like I said last week, so I would just do 10 minutes here and there, and it really broke it up. And it was actually, because it was such mindless colouring, once I had the colours planned for the water, it was so easy, and I really enjoyed doing it. I had this idea of doing like really blue waves and then an orange dragon, and I really liked the way that worked out. And then I kind of transferred some of those colours over here, so I used the same colours for the water. Did something a little bit fun with the sky there, tried to do a bit of a sunset sky, and yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this. It is a bit annoying because I've put Posca down on the waves and it's come up a little bit pink. I don't know if you can see that, but it's some of the colour from the blue is kind of getting into the white Posca, and it's turning it pink, and it's quite a vivid pink. I'm gonna see if I can go over that again with some Posca and see if it will calm it down a bit. But yeah, other than that, I really like the way that these two pages have turned out. So yeah, I've been enjoying working on those. So that's from Moon Valley. Again, if you saw that haul video yesterday, you'll see that I've got a couple of new books. Flights of Fancy by Camilla de Erico. I just thought this one looked really cute. I am a little unsure of how to tackle Camilla de Erico's pages. I am definitely going to be looking at what other people have done, and yeah, see if I can have a little bit of fun playing around in this book. But it's super cute, so that's a new book to my collection. And then of course I did pre-order Inklings by Johanna Basford, and yeah, it arrived on Thursday. I've done a bit of a flip through. If you want to see that, it's on that haul video that I did. And yeah, I think it's a super cute little book. There are some pages which have a lot of blank space, which I'm not a huge fan of. like this, for example. I mean, if you're creative, you can add backgrounds to these things. I'm like this one, I'm a little bit nervous about doing stuff like that. So yeah, I am not a huge fan of the big open space, but like these two in particular, I just think there's so much going on, you know, there's so much blank space. Yeah, but on the whole, I do really like it. I think it's a cute little book, and there's plenty in there to keep me happy. And I figured this would be the book that we would work in a little bit today and have a bit of a chat, because I really want to get a page done in it before I put it away. And there is a perfect page in here, perfect couple of pages. It's these two for my Colour the Fairy Tales hashtag this month. It is the enormous turnip is the fairy tale, and some of the prompts are vegetables and watering cans and seeds. So this one just seems ideal for this month for the Colour the Fairy Tales. So yeah, I thought I'd do this little veggie mandala. It's quite a simple little page. It shouldn't take too long. And yeah, I thought we could dive in and have a go. Just zoom in ever so slightly. I'm going to use my Artex pencils just because that was what was on my desk. I had been using them in that Moon Valley book. So yeah, I'm going to turn another little light on in here and see if I can't brighten things up a little bit. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, let me grab a drink of water and we'll dive in. So, I've got some colours picked out. I've got some oranges for my carrots. I've got some colours for my turnips, and I've got some colours for my greens and my tomatoes. I'm just trying to make sure I've got the right colours here. Let's see. So for my carrots, I'll start with them. I've got scarlet red, pale vermilion, scarlet red, poppy red, pale vermilion, orange, and yellowed orange. Those are the colours I'm going for there. So I'm going to start with the scarlet red and just see if I can add a little bit of shading to it. Yeah, so yeah, it's been quite a busy week again. Quite busy at work, like I say, full-time at work this week. Which, like I said, I don't mind. It just means that there's a little less colouring time, which can be a little bit of a shame, but it's all okay. It's been fun at work this week. We took our little ones swimming on Friday, and I had to get in the water with them, which was kind of fun. I got splashed a lot, but they really enjoyed it, so it was good fun. What else have I been up to? Not a great deal. I haven't done much. I haven't been reading very much, unfortunately. I would like to be reading some more. I just kind of feel like I haven't had a great deal of time. I have been watching the third series of The Traitors. So we kind of discovered The Traitors when we moved back to the UK, and kind of have been watching religiously through all the series. For those of you that don't know what The Traitors is, it's like a game show where they all go off to Scotland, and they have to there's like, I don't know, something like 20 faithfuls, they call them, and a couple of traitors thrown in. And the traitors have to try and go undetected, and the faithfuls have to try and figure out who the traitors are. But the traitors can murder, not really murder, but, you know, they can get rid of the faithfuls every night. And the faithfuls have an opportunity to banish the traitors. They've got to try and figure out who they are, which can be quite interesting because some of the reasons that they banish people are just really, they seem really random, but it's kind of like becomes herd mentality, and they all kind of jump on the bandwagon of one person. But yeah, it's been quite fascinating, and really kind of enjoying watching that. My eldest daughter is getting into it as well, and yeah, it's been quite fun, so I'm enjoying watching that. So I've been watching that a bit. I'm desperate to watch the new episodes of Bridgerton. I've watched the first part of the new season. Is it season 4 we're on now? It's Benedict's story, and I've watched the first 4 episodes, which aired earlier in the year, and I haven't had a chance to watch the new episodes that dropped. Was that just last week or the week before? Just at the end of February, I think. So I haven't had a chance to watch those ones yet. I'm really keen to watch those because I love Bridgerton. I was watching Lauren Reed Colour yesterday, and she was talking about Bridgerton, and she was, thankfully didn't give any spoilers. I was ready to kind of switch off if she or not switch off, but kind of mute if she said anything that spoiled the storyline, but she didn't, but she was talking about it, and it was fun. She's a Bridgerton fan as well. So yeah, it was I'm really keen to watch the rest of that. I think that's going to be awesome. And I did see, now I can't remember where I saw this, which channel it's on, but there is a there's one called the other Austen sister? It's to do with Jane Austen anyway, and I thought that looked really, really good. It's possibly BBC, because it looks like the kind of BBC thing that you would see. But I think that one looks really interesting as well. Probably not something that my husband will enjoy, so I might have to try and find the same with Bridgerton. He's not really into Bridgerton, so I might have to try and find a time when he's not around that I can watch that one. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I just realised that is not joined, so I'm gonna colour over those. So that's kind of what I've been watching. Like I said, I haven't done a great deal of reading lately, sadly. Definitely like to be doing some more reading. But yeah, it hasn't been happening. And colouring has been a little bit on the back burner. I'm really happy that I got those 2 Moon Valley pages done. They were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed them. I have I've got to do some buddy colours. I've got buddy colours that I really need to get done, so that I'm going to turn this. I'm really sorry. I know that's kind of annoying, but it's just I need to try and get to it a little bit better. Hopefully that's still in frame okay. Buddy colours. I've got some buddy colours that I need to kind of work on this week. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have getting a bit of a dry throat. I really hope I'm not getting a cold again. A little bit of a dry throat, so I have to keep stopping for a bit of a drink. But yeah, what was I saying? Buddy colours. So I have a bunch of buddy colours that I need to start working on. So obviously I've made a start on that one in Fragile Worlds, the koala page. I have to do a page in Little Folk by Christine Karen. We're doing the Lady Leprechaun page, which is going to be so fun. Perfect for St. Patrick's Day, obviously. And looking forward to getting a start in that one. It will be my first page in one of the kind of, are they like premium edition of Christine Karen's books? I love her work, so really excited to try out that paper and have a play around with that. I have some ideas about what I'm going to do with that page. I have another buddy colour in Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. So a couple of Johanna Basford pages this month. And it is the monkey book page. That's what I'm calling it. It's the page where you've got the kind of open book with the forest kind of coming out of it, and there's a little monkey hanging from one of the trees. So I'm looking forward to making a start in that. My buddy Veronica has already finished, so she's ahead of the game. I have my forest song project book that I want to get to as well. Always fun to get another page done in that one. And so I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do. I also am trying to join the hashtag created by Jamie at Finding Joy in Colour, which is Wild Year of Colour, and also her Yummy Year of Colour. I have some pages picked out for those too. I hope that I can get to them. I do not know if it's going to happen, but yeah, I am hoping that I can get to those. What else? Just a lot of colouring plans, and sadly just not as much colouring time as I would have liked, with work kind of getting in the way a little bit. So I am hoping I can make starts on those. I also forgot, I've got my double page spread. So I last week I asked you to help me pick my next double page spread, and most of you voted for Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson, and it was the unicorn double page spread in that book. So that is the page that I am doing. I have been joined by the lovely Shannon as a buddy colour for that, so I do want to make a start. We are we're not aiming to get that one finished this month. It will be an ongoing buddy colour, which will stretch over into April, but I would like to make a start on that one. Perhaps get some basing done, get the background done. So that is also on the list of things to do. But I'm really excited by my colouring at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just I haven't had enough time to get to it. So I am hoping that I can get a little bit more done this week. Fingers crossed, all being well. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, lots and lots of plans, lots of things to work on and colour. But yeah, it all comes down to whether or not I've got the time to fit everything in. Hopefully I do. I did manage to have a bit of time yesterday. I have got a little bit of time today. It's a little bit of a quieter weekend for me. My husband has taken my son to rugby this morning, so I didn't have to do that. So yeah, I have got a bit of time. I'm managing to film this in the morning rather than in the evening, which is good. So yeah, it's all good. What did I do? Yesterday I did my first park run. So in the UK they have these things called park runs. They're all over the UK. You can join and enter, and they're basically they take place in local parks, or in our case it was a woodland. It's called a woodland that's up the road, and I took my children were doing it, and I took them along and decided that I should give it a go. It's a 5k run. Like I say, it's through woodland, so it's on trails. It was quite undulating. It was a bit muddy, and I have not run for quite a long time. So it was a bit of a shock to the system, I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a little bit stiff and sore today. I did not run the whole thing. I did walk some of it. I think I'm at an age now where I can't just go out and smash out a 5k. I used to do a lot of running, and then I had an operation a few years ago to have a hip replacement. So I haven't done a great deal, and I've been a little bit nervous about running again. I've done little bits and pieces, but yeah, I am definitely not as fit as I used to be. It was a struggle. I was very, very slow. I wasn't the last person on the trail, but I wasn't far off it. But I finished it, so I'm feeling quite accomplished. There was one really nasty hill in the route, and it was 2.5k route, and you had to run around it twice. So obviously the first time I didn't know this hill was coming. The second time I did, and I was a bit, it was hard. I definitely walked up the hill. They had a sign out and they'd named the hill Cruella de Hill. I just thought that was so funny. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Everybody was very supportive, very friendly. And like I say, I didn't come last, but I probably didn't come far off it. And I do feel a little bit upset that I like I say, I used to do quite a lot of running, and I was never fast by any stretch of the imagination, but I could get around a 5K a lot faster than I did yesterday. And it really kind of made me realize quite how unfit I probably am at the moment. But it was fun, and it was good, and I'm glad that I did it. And like I say, feeling a little bit stiff and sore today, struggling to get up and down the stairs a little bit, but yeah, I'm hoping that I can kind of keep it up a little bit now, even if I just go out and run 2 or 3K once or twice a week, just to try and keep on top of it a little bit. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I am glad I did it. My daughter's been getting into running recently, and I've been watching her go out and thinking, oh, I really should join her. I really should go out. I mean, she's a lot faster than me. She was waiting for a while for me to finish yesterday. But yeah, I do feel like I need to go out and do a little bit more. Okay, so that's my carrots done. I'm going to grab my colours for my turnips now. Where are they? So let's just see what colours I've got here. As well, I think that's all the colours I want. Sorry, my pencil pot rattling around there. So for my turnips, I have mulberry, I have rose red, I have Baker Miller pink, I have peach puff, I have Bavarian cream, and I have camel. So those are the colours that I'm going with. Yeah, hoping this will work out. So I'm going to put some of the kind of purpley, pinky colours at the top, and then the creamy kind of colours at the bottom, and try and blend them in together, hopefully. That's the plan. We'll see how this goes. So yeah, it was fun. It was, it was one of those things that it was pretty painful while I was doing it, but once I'd finished, I felt quite accomplished, and definitely felt, good about myself for having given it a go. I'm not going to be running in the Olympics anytime soon, that's for sure, but it was good. It was good. And like I say, it was nice. I used to really enjoy running. It's one of those sports that it's so easy to do. You just need a pair of trainers, and you can go outside and enjoy the fresh air. And I used to really enjoy it a lot. And it is definitely one of those sports that you can enjoy when you're feeling fit enough to enjoy it. Bit more of a struggle when you're not so fit like me, and it's been a while, but yeah, it was good. It was nice to get out there and do it. And I hope that I can keep it up and try and do a little bit during the week as well. It can be a struggle when you're working full time, you've got kids to look after, and all the other things going on, but I do need to make some time to do it. Okay, quite like that colour for the turnips. I think that looks quite cute. So yeah, that was what I did yesterday morning. And it was dry, although it was still quite muddy, because we've had a fair bit of rain over the last few weeks, so it was quite muddy, and trainers were covered in mud at the end of it, and yeah, so it was a bit slippy and slidey in places as well. I was a bit worried I was going to end up face planting somewhere. I didn't, thankfully. I kind of took it quite cautiously where I had to. So yeah, definitely feeling my age. I had, you're slow when the winner, the first. I mean, it's not really a competition. It's just meant for fun. So they don't hand out medals or anything like that. But I was coming up to the end of the first lap, and the winner, who was a young guy and probably in his 20s, came flying past me. and straight into the finish line. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm here plodding at the back. But everyone, like I say, was so encouraging, very supportive, very friendly atmosphere, and it was a lot of fun. So if you're in the UK, I'd highly recommend going along. And I think there's quite a few people that walk them as well. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely glad I did that. What else have I been doing this week? Yeah, not a great deal. Just work and home life, all the normal bits and pieces. Parent-teacher interviews at the college that my daughter goes to, so I went along to those, which was really nice. She's doing really well. It's lovely to hear. Been helping my son with his homework. They do seem to get a lot of homework here, a lot more than they did back at the UAE, and he is struggling somewhat with it. He's not a fan of the homework. And it can be a little bit of a battle trying to get him to do it. So yeah, we sat down yesterday and I was like, right, we're just gonna get it done. Everything you need to get done for the week, we're just gonna crack on with it and just get it done now, and then you can kind of relax and not worry about it. And so we did, which was good. It was nice to get that all finished. Yeah, he's not a fan of the homework. I don't know if any kid is really a fan of the homework, but yeah, him less so than others. Yeah, what else have I done? Like I say, not a great deal. I've kind of been just, yeah, it kind of just feels like the routine of work and looking after kids and getting dinners made and all that sort of stuff. So it does feel like I haven't done a great deal of anything else, apart from buying books and supplies. Oh, every year I say, like, I don't need much, I don't need anything else, and every year I end up buying more. Yeah, hey ho. There is a big creative craft show at the Birmingham NEC next weekend, and I think I'm gonna try and head along to that. I really like crafting, so yeah, it's quite exciting. I think it's one of the biggest kind of craft shows in Europe, so there's a lot of exhibitors, and the NEC stands for the National Exhibition Centre, I believe, and it's a little bit of a drive for me. It's well, I say a little, it's about an hour and a half drive, so but I think it would be worth it. I'd really like to go along. I went once many years ago, and yeah, it was brilliant, and I would really like to go back again, so I might try and see if I can sneak off to that next weekend. It is Mother's Day here on Sunday next week, so next Sunday, and my husband's mum is going to be joining us, so I might have to see if I can nip to the NEC on Saturday and spend the day there. I don't know if anybody will want to come with me. I don't know, maybe my daughter will, I don't know, but yeah, I would quite like to go and see that. And we don't have any, my son often does cycling races on a Saturday, but he doesn't have anything on next week, so it seems like it might be good timing to go along and check that out. Hopefully take some spending money with me and see what I can buy. I really want to get into my quilting. I have lots of plans for quilting, but I just, again, it's the time. I never seem to find the time to actually sit down and do stuff, and I would really like to get some quilting done. And I'm quite keen as I want to get some kind of background fabrics for quilting, because I've got quite a few like main fabrics, how else to describe it, but I want some background fabrics. So background fabrics like small prints on white backgrounds, you know, just very simple things that you can use for backgrounds, that I would quite like to see if they have. So yeah, we will see. Right, let's move on to my tomatoes. So what am I going to use? Okay, I've got my reds here somewhere, I hope. Yep. So what have I got? I've got Venetian red, I've got Crimson Lake, I've got Crimson Red, I want Carmine Red, and Blush Pink. So there's Blush Pink. Which one's my Carmine Red? No. A lot of these look similar in here. Where is it? Oh, it's a little one. That's why it's hiding. It's a little short one. There we go. Okay, I've got them. Right, so I've got, like I said, Venetian Red, Crimson Lake, Crimson Red, Carmine Red, and Blush Pink for my tomatoes. I'm hoping these are going to be okay. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I've managed to watch a few videos this week. I still haven't caught up with everybody that I'd like to see, but I have made some progress in watching some videos. Like I said, I was watching Lauren Reed Colours Saturday Snippets yesterday. I've seen a few. I can't remember if I've watched now. There's been a few, but yeah, I still have so many to catch up on. I have so many monthly completed pages videos that I would like to see, and yeah, you know what it's like. It never seems to be enough time to watch everybody that you want to watch. But yeah, I have made a start in watching some videos, which is nice. Always like to catch up and see what other people are doing, and you know what's new in the world, and get influenced to buy more books that I don't need. Yeah, I'm terrible. It doesn't take much to encourage me to buy a book, honestly. I keep saying I'm not going to buy any more, and then lo and behold, they end up in my basket. I am waiting on Hannah Carlzon's newest book, Tales from the Forest Kingdom, which is it's on its way. It's been shipped from, I bought it from iMusic in Denmark, so it's been shipped from Denmark. And when it arrives in the UK, hopefully they will let me know and I can keep an eye out for it. I'm really looking forward to getting that one. I think it's going to be such a good book. I do love Hannah Carlzon. So I'm very excited by that. I did pre-order it, thinking that I definitely wanted that one. So, yeah, I think Hannah Carlzon is a bit of a must-buy for me. Johanna Basford as well, which is kind of... I don't always love Joanna's books, but I feel a kind of loyalty to Johanna. She was probably the first colouring book artist that I kind of really discovered and knew about and got to know. And so I do feel a funny little sense of loyalty to her. And for the most part, I do really like her books. I have had all of her books in the past, but I have ended up destashing a couple of them. I destashed Lost Ocean and I destashed Secret Garden just because I felt like they were a little bit too detailed for me and I wasn't kind of going to work in them as much. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with... I particularly love her Magical Worlds? What's it called? Is it Magical Worlds? Wonderful Wildflowers. Magical Worlds. Magical Worlds is probably my favourite Joanna book at the moment. I do really like that one. I do like Wonderful Wildflowers, which came out as well. I haven't done much in it. I've only done one page. I do like it. It's full of flowers, which I do love to colour. But yeah, she's kind of a bit of a must buy, just because, like I say, I feel that kind of sense of loyalty towards her, being the kind of first colouring book artist that I really knew about. So I tend to pre-order her stuff, like with this one. And yeah, like I say, for the most part, I like them. She's probably not my most reached for colouring book artist, but I do like her pages. So yeah, I'm just, yeah, I do feel like my colouring book collection is steadily growing again. And I had done a big de-stash and got rid of a load of stuff and was feeling quite happy with myself, and now it's like it's growing ever more. But yeah, what are you gonna do? It's part of the hobby, I think, is getting colouring books and enjoying the artwork, and you know, old favourites and finding new favourites and all that sort of thing. So you know, I'm not gonna beat myself up too much about it. I do feel quite happy with the collection of books I have right now. They're all books that I really like and I enjoy, and I'm looking forward to doing more work in them. It's just finding the time. Like I say, it's tough sometimes finding the time. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the news recently. I mean, there's so much going on in the world. It's all a bit scary. Yeah, still kind of thinking of all my friends over in the UAE and the situation that they're in. I know the UAE is doing a fantastic job of keeping everybody safe, and I hope, you know, that continues. I do know how scary the situation must be, but yeah, it's just feels like the whole world is a little bit messed up at the moment. Thankfully, we have colouring to add a little bit of calm. Honestly, I think some of these world leaders need to take up some colouring and chill out a little bit, you know? Just relax. If only it was that easy. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to, really. Like I say, not a great deal. Oh, I did start some cross stitch. I have a bunch of cross stitch kits and patterns that I need to do. It's another one of those hobbies that I fancy myself doing, and I pick up and I do bits every now and then. It doesn't always amount to much, but yeah, I have started a couple of things actually, which is not something I like doing, but I'd started a massive big Laurie Holt project, which, if you know who Laurie Holt is, she does a lot of quilting as well. I really like her quilting stuff too, but she does cross-stitch patterns as well. And she had a series, I think it was out a couple of years ago, and it was called, I think it's called Prim and Proper. And it's like a series of 12 kind of charts, and you can either stitch them separately or together on one large piece. And so of course I decided that I would stitch them together on one large piece, and it is huge. It's absolutely massive. So I have started the border of that, and I was actually quite enjoying it, but then I got a little bit sidetracked by an Easter pattern. It's a cute little pattern. It has little rabbits on it, and they're pulling a cart, and in the cart is an Easter egg, and it's very, very sweet. And I think, if I remember rightly, it's by a designer called Brenda Gervais. I think that's who it's by. And I bought the pattern quite a long time ago, when I was still in the UAE, so it's been a little while, and I kind of set it aside. I didn't have any, I literally just bought the pattern. I didn't buy any of I didn't have a kit for it or anything like that, but I was flipping through the other day, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I should make that. I have a kind of table cabinet type thing, I suppose, as you walk in the front door. And I like to do a little seasonal display on that table, and I found these cute little Easter rabbits, and I have a bowl that I filled with like cute little decorated Easter eggs, not like chocolate eggs, but fake eggs. And I just thought the little cross stitch would look really cute there, so I got a bit distracted and decided to start that one. However, I have started it on some ancient linen that I've had for about 10 years, I think. And I was like, oh, I'll just use this. And then I started it, and I have remembered why I didn't use that linen, because it's kind of horrible to stitch on. It's really, it's not easy to work on. It's quite, I don't know, the strands are quite uneven. Does that make sense? It's quite uneven, and I find it quite difficult to figure out where my stitches are meant to go. But I'm kind of at the point now where I've persevered on with that, and I'm at the point now where I've done quite a bit, and I don't want to start again and rip all that out and do it on another piece of fabric. But I'm also not enjoying it, so I haven't done anything for the last couple of nights, which is really bad. It tends to be what I do with my cross stitch. I'm like, oh, I'll leave it for a bit and I'll come back to it, and then so I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to turn this again. I know that's a bit annoying, but it just makes life a bit easier. Yeah, so I either need to say, okay, I'm calling it, I need to do this on something else, or I need to suck it up and persevere and get it done. It's not a huge pattern, so I could probably persevere and try and finish it, but I'm just not enjoying it. It's just not fun because it's so difficult to work on that fabric. So yeah, I don't know. I'm in two minds about it. Yeah, I hate restarting things. I really hate it. It just feels like such a waste of time. And I probably should have realized after putting the first couple of stitches in that I wasn't going to enjoy it, and kind of had, if I just called it then instead of kind of sticking with it, it would have been better. But now I'm kind of like, I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I just I don't want to rip all that work out, because I have done a fair bit. But yeah, I don't know. And I've been using leftover bits of DMC thread that I had from other projects, so I'm kind of also nervous that if I start ripping it out, I'm not going to have enough to complete it. Yeah, so it's kind of been a bit of a disaster. Maybe I should just put it down and go back to my Laurie Holt one that I was doing and see if I can work on that a bit more, because I was actually enjoying that one. So maybe I should just stick to that. And but yeah, I really wanted this little piece to put on my display, my kind of Easter spring display that I've got going on. But yeah, I don't know if I can stick with it or not. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing in terms of crafty stuff. I've got so many plans, like I say, for some quilting I'd really like to get to. I think if I maybe I should do that today. Take some time to cut some fabric and get my pieces cut ready to sew. Then I could make a start, because that's another project that I have. I really want to do a seasonal table runner. For each of the seasons. I have one for autumn, and I have an idea. I have a plan for spring. I have a plan for summer as well, but I need to concentrate on spring first, because we're already in spring and I haven't got my table runner yet. So yeah, I have lots of plans, always have lots of plans, lots of things that I would like to do, but never enough time. It's the same with my colouring, lots of plans and never enough time. But yeah, maybe I will try and get myself to that creative craft show next week and see see what else I can persuade myself that I need to start. I don't know. I do have a serious case of startitis at the moment, wanting to start everything and not actually completing anything is, yeah, a bit of a problem. But it's so fun, isn't it? It's so fun. New things are always fun and exciting, and yeah, it's hard to stick with the old stuff. But yeah, I do enjoy crafts of all descriptions, and I really get quite into it. So I think that would be a lot of fun to go to that creative craft show if I can get there. We will see. Okay, the tomatoes are coming along. They're not quite as vivid as I would have liked, but maybe it's because of these Artex pencils. Don't know. They don't look quite as bright red as I kind of imagined they would be. But I think they look okay. I'm planning on doing the same greens throughout this throughout this page, so I'm not gonna get loads of different greens. Maybe I'm thinking of maybe adding a little bit of that purpley color to the leaves of the beetroots. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Not sure. I think it could look quite nice. But yeah, I think it's just a fun little page to start with in this book and kind of make a dent in it, and I'll feel happier putting it on the shelf if it's got a completed page in it, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. So all of the books that I've bought recently, like my Flower Fantasy by Malpameni Chatsapanagiotu, my Flights of Fancy that I showed you just earlier by Camilla de Erico, the Sorcières book, I can't remember who that's by. It was one that I saw on Zacatissimo's channel when she was doing her live stream for Piggy Pen's Tube, and I was like, I have to have that book, and I went and ordered it. It was available on Amazon. It's a French book. It was available on Amazon. Again, I shared that on my haul if you're interested. And yeah, I've kind of kept it on my, and I've had that for about a month now, and it's been sat on my desk all this time because I don't want to put it away until I've coloured a page in it, but I just have not had a chance. So yeah, I need to kind of knuckle down and get some pages done if possible. But then, like I say, I keep getting distracted by all these other crafts as well. If only my job was just crafting. I don't know. Would it be special then? Would you? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if it's a job, it just doesn't seem the same, does it? But yeah, it would be nice to have more hours in the day to do everything. This is fun though. This is a cute little page. I'm enjoying it. It's quite an easy, kind of relaxing page. And that's the other thing that I've kind of been just enjoying doing simpler pages. Not simpler, but just like my Moon Valley page. It was quite repetitive, like all those waves. It was nice and relaxing, just kind of doing the same thing over and over and not having to think too much about, you know, what I was going to do next or how it was going to go. So I'm enjoying those kind of pages at the moment. And I'm actually really enjoying being a little bit slow with my colouring lately, like not rushing pages. Sometimes I have a tendency to rush things because I feel like I've got to get them done. But I've really been enjoying the process of colouring at the moment, and just, you know, seeing pages come to life and gradually adding a bit of colour. And that's kind of been a lot of fun recently. So I'm reluctant to kind of rush and get things done just because, you know, I need to get it done for this hashtag or whatever, you know. So yeah, just want to enjoy it. Okay, my backing sheet there. 2 more bunches of tomatoes to do. I think it looks quite cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with a background or anything with this page. I don't know. I kind of feel like this book I'm not going to bother so much with backgrounds. There are those, like I say, there's a couple of those big open spaces in this book, which does kind of bother me a little bit. Like I kind of feel I'm of the school of thought that I'm not an artist, and I buy colouring books because I want things to colour. I don't want to have to worry about trying to add things to backgrounds and stuff because, like I say, I'm not an artist. I'm not skilled at that sort of thing, and I don't want to say it annoys me because, like I say, I'm a little bit loyal to Johanna Basford, but it does frustrate me a little bit. You get these pages where there's virtually nothing on there, and I'm like, couldn't you have just added something, or even just made the image bigger so it takes up more of the space rather than leaving it blank. Yeah, I don't know, just it kind of, like I say, it frustrates me a little bit. I want to colour stuff. I don't want to have to think about what I'm going to add to the background. So maybe this book is just going to be colouring the images and not worrying about colouring the background. And I keep saying that with a lot of my books. I get stressed about backgrounds. I struggle with backgrounds. It's not, I find it difficult. So I feel like I do have to learn to be to just colour the page. And I've actually, there's been quite a few flip throughs I've seen of people who've done completed books, and they have left the backgrounds. They've not coloured the backgrounds, and I'm like, why am I stressing about colouring these backgrounds? It doesn't have to happen because the pages still look really good. The pages still look amazing, even if the backgrounds haven't been coloured. So why am I kind of getting stressed about it? I should just leave it, just leave it. If I can't find something to do in the background, just leave it. So maybe that's what I'll do with this book. Maybe I will just kind of leave it, just colour the images. Okay, so sorry, my son shouting at me for something. Right, where was I? I can't remember what order I need to do these in. This one first. Yeah, so backgrounds, yeah. So I think maybe with this book I'm just gonna colour it as is. There may be a couple of pages where I want to add backgrounds to, but yeah, maybe just colouring the image will be enough. I think I do really like the images in this book. I think they're really cute. There's a nice variety of stuff, which is good. But yeah, just there's a couple. There's not tons of pages actually. I went back and flipped through, and there's not tons of pages that have like massive blank spaces, but there's a few. And like I say, I do find it a little bit frustrating that, yeah, it's great for people who want to add their own bits, and I suppose that's the difficulty that people like Johanna Basford have. It's trying to cater to everybody. There are people who love to add bits and pieces to backgrounds, but there are some people like me who would rather have a fuller page. But yeah, it's the way it goes. You can't please everybody, and I suppose she's added a good variety of pages to try and keep everybody happy, which is good. It is good. But yeah. Okay, one more lot of tomatoes to do. Sorry, I'm going to turn it again so I can reach this one. I do, yeah, I do like the pages in the book. There's a couple of little like kind of market stalls in this book that I just think are so cute. Can't wait to colour those. I love this page. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Small Victories. I mean, it is kind of what I expected from this book. Kind of another version of Small Victories, and it is very much like that. So if you like Small Victories, you will like this one. I do feel like I've done a fair few pages in Small Victories. I should probably do more, but, you know, again, there's not enough time. Just not enough time. Yeah. What else can I talk to you about? It's a couple of weeks till, well, about 3 weeks now till the spring break, so that's coming around so fast. Feels like not long ago we were on half term, but yeah, it'll be spring break soon. I am looking forward to that. It's going to be nice to have a bit of a break. We're not planning on doing anything. We're not going anywhere or anything like that. Might try and catch up with a bit of family. But other than that, we'll just relax. Does feel term time does feel quite full on. There's lots going on, so it's just nice to not have to worry about getting up early every morning and rush around and get stuff done. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit better. We can get out and do some things. Hopefully the rain will have stopped. It's been nice. We've had some lovely days recently, some really lovely sunny days. We've had plenty of dry days, which is nice. A little bit grey perhaps, but dry. So I do love that. Love that the weather's getting a bit better. You know, lots of signs of spring around. The days are getting longer for sure. The sun's coming up earlier and setting later. And that's nice. I do like the longer daylight hours. It's lovely. I feel like you can achieve more when there's a little bit more daylight. I don't know. It feels like you can get more stuff done. So I do like that. It's a little bit harder to sleep though. Like 6 o'clock in the morning, it's quite it's getting a little bit light, and the birds are chirping away. That's the thing that kind of wakes me up the most, is the bird. And it is lovely. They're really beautiful, but we've got this little, I don't know what bird it is. It's kind of almost seems to be right outside my bedroom window, and he kind of chirps away from about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was lying there this morning listening to him for quite a long time. And in the end, I just thought, I'm just going to get up. I got up about 6:30 this morning. And it wasn't exactly the nice Sunday lie-in I had planned, but it was nice to get up and took a few minutes just to myself. Maybe I should do that. Get up early in the morning and do some colouring. Quite a nice way to start the day, I suppose, isn't it? Okay. There's all my veggies done. Like I said, those tomatoes aren't as bright as I would have liked, but I think they're okay. Let's come in with some greens. I'll do a little bit more, and then I think I'm going to have to shoot off and get some stuff done around the house. But we'll do a little bit of green to show you what the green's going to look like, and then we'll finish off screen. It's not going to take too long to do this page. Oh, sorry, making big rattles. Right, so for my greens I have dark teal, dark green, grass green, apple green, and chartreuse. So I'm going to start with these little leaves here. There's quite a lot of greens to fit on some of these small little places. 5 different green colours here. Yeah, I thought I might as well just keep them all the same rather than changing up the greens too much. Like I said, I might look at adding a little bit of that purpley colour to the radish leaves, or not the radish, the turnip leaves. Don't know. Yeah, so I didn't even manage to fit the chartreuse in on that set of leaves because they're so small. I think that's a nice kind of bright spring green colour to use. I think it will make the reds and the oranges pop quite a bit. I'm thinking maybe I could put just like a brown background, make it look like dirt. I don't know. Should I just leave it? This is the problem. I find it really difficult to leave blank space. Yeah, and I kind of find myself thinking, oh well, I should add that, and maybe I don't need to add anything. Maybe I should just, I don't know, leave it as is. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll do the little carrot tops. I think I'm gonna start, I might do just the lightest colour, the lightest 3 for my carrot tops here, because these are tiny little leaves, tiny little gaps to get into. So there's not going to be much room for blending. I might even only end up using 2 pencils. So this is the grass green, so I might just use the grass green and the apple green on this one. Just because that's so tiny. There are quite a few tiny little details in this book. The new Mal for Many Chats Panagiotou book has got tons of really tiny details. Yeah, Flower Fantasy, oh my goodness. It's full of tiny little minuscule details. It's going to be interesting to try and colour some of those. I do have a page picked out in that book, and I would really like to get to it before I put it back on the shelf. I'm hoping I can get to it this month, but yeah, I just don't know. I feel like I've got a lot to do this month, and a lot of stuff that I really want to do. It's not like I'm a chore to do it at all, but there's a lot that I want to accomplish, and with time being so lacking, I don't know if I'm going to be needed this week full time at work. I'm going to have to wait and see if they ask me to. So yeah, I might, if I'm part-time this week, I might get some stuff done. If I'm full-time, then I might just have to kind of chip away probably at that koala page in Fragile Worlds, maybe try and get a little bit done in my Little Folk book. Yeah, I don't know. I've also got that Magical Jungle page that I would like to get to as well, by Christine Karen. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get some colouring done this week. But it may just be that I end up doing what I did with that those Moon Valley pages, and just chipping away, doing a little bit every now and then, which is actually quite a nice way to do a page, because it keeps it feeling fresh, especially, like I say, doing those repetitive kind of elements on a page. Just 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and eventually you get it filled up. Did feel like I was working on those Moon Valley pages for a long time though. Did literally all week. I haven't really done much else, apart from that background in Fragile Worlds, but that background didn't really take that long. So yeah, it does just feel like that those 2 pages took me pretty much the whole week. But it was just because I was only able to do little bits at a time. Okay, so that's kind of what this is going to look like. I might try adding some purple to those those radish, no, I keep calling them radish, turnip leaves. Let's see how this goes. Green and the red always work well together, don't they? Really make each other pop, being opposites on the colour wheel. I kind of like this bright yellow green. But yeah, as soon as I saw this page, I was like, oh, this would be perfect for my Colour the Fairy Tales hashtag. And so, yeah, I decided it had to be the first page that I did in this book in honour of that hashtag. Yeah. I think that's going to look okay. Oh, I did hear some really exciting news that the lovely Karen at My Colourful Country Life is going to be launching her new fantastic website on, I think it's on Monday, tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to see what that looks like. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's just going to be a resource that I use all the time. I use Karen's colour palettes all the time anyway. So, not colour palettes, her colour combinations. Sorry, I use her colour combinations all the time when I'm doing pages. So I often refer to her, particularly her Prismacolor colour combinations, but also her, she's done Black Widows, she's done Polychromos, I think she's done Neo Color 2s. So yeah, those are things that I refer to constantly, and I cannot wait to see this website. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be a fun thing for our community. Okay, I am going to call it quits here. I will get this finished later off camera, but it's going good. It's cute. It's a simple little page, but it's a lot of fun. And I've enjoyed colouring that with my Artex pencils. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world, staying safe, looking after each other, and getting plenty of colouring done. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.